Dear students, I welcome you all for the second part of Should Wizard Hit Mommy in English class. We have already seen the introduction part and about the other everything we have covered in the previous video itself. If you want to know more, just see the previous video. Now this is the second part. Now just I'll tell you about the poet, then we will move to the lesson. He was born on John Hoyer Abductor was born on 18th March 1932 and he died on 27 January 2009 at the age of 76. His occupation was, he was a novelist, short story writer, poet and literary critic and artist. Okay, this is what his occupation. That's all we can see here. Then we will move to the next slide. We would have heard stories, bedtime stories or moral stories at our childhood. Okay. So why these stories are told? We have to learn some moral characters. Okay. Some moral characters should be inherited by us. Because of this only the moral stories have been said during our bedtime. Okay, now also here also a father tells a story to his daughter regarding the growth of some moral natures. Okay, but while the child is very small, she doesn't ask anything. Whatever the father gives, everything is accepted by the child and she can agree it. But while she gets grown or older, she doesn't accept what father says. About this we are going to see here. See here, should wizard hit mommy? That means whether the wizard or witch or the magician will hit the mommy or not. That's the story. Okay. So listen here. In the evenings and for Saturday naps like today's, Jack told his daughter Jo a story out of his head. This custom began when she was 2, was itself now nearly 2 years old, and his head felt empty. Listen here. So every evening and Saturday afternoon, the father used to give a story to his daughter. Okay, father's name is Jack. The characters already I have given in the previous video. Now just I'll tell you the story of this lesson by explaining line by line. So listen here students. Here Jack is telling story to Joan. Joan is shortly called as Jo. Okay. His daughter. While she was 2 years old, he started telling the story. Now almost she is 4 years old. Almost for 2 years, he was telling all these stories to his daughter. Okay, everything he'll say on his own only. He'll never read any book and narrate the story to her. He'll never hear story from others and tell the story to his daughter. Everything he will create on his own and he's telling to his daughter. Okay, as he is narrating stories for 2 years, his head felt empty. There was no idea in his mind. Okay, that's the thing. Each new story was a slight variation of a basic tale. Okay, he has a basic tale by telling, okay, the owl is the wisest one and every small creature will have a problem and it will go to the owl. The owl will direct these creatures to go to the magician and the magician will solve the problem and at last what will happen? The magician will ask for some pennies. But the small creature will have less amount of pennies and the wizard himself will give the solution to go near the well and collect the pennies and the same will be done and the animal will be happy with other animals and while the whistle sound of the train comes, all the animals will go to their homes because it means the whistle of the train symbolizes that the father has come from Boston. Okay, so this is what the basic tale of the story. So every time whenever he tells a story about some creatures, only the slight difference will be there. Even the name also, Roger, including Roger, he'll give any other name. Okay, fish means roja fish. Squirrel means roja squirrel. A chipmunk means roja chipmunk. Likewise, he'll give. So I have shown the pictures of squirrel, chipmunk and all in the previous video. Okay, just you can watch and understand. Listen here students. So usually named roja fish, roja squirrel, roja chipmunk had some problem and went with it to the wise old owl. The owl told him to go to the wizard, and the wizard performed a magic spell that solved the problem, demanding in payment a number of pennies greater than the number that Roger creator had. But in the same breath, directing the animal to a place where the extra pennies could be found. Then Roger was so happy, he played many games with the other creatures and went home to his mother just in time to hear the train whistle that brought his daddy home from Boston. This is what I said, okay, the basic of the tale. Then Jack, by this page number 48 has been completed. So the meanings of page number 48 has been given here. Naps, custom, wizard, penny. So all these meanings have been given here. You can go through. See here students, this is the image of skunk. Okay. So the last Jack described their supper and the story was over. Okay. So by the supper of all those animals, the story will get over. Working his way through the scheme was especially fatiguing on Saturday because Joe never fell asleep in naps anymore, and knowing this made the ride seem futile. Okay, listen here. So every time he is working with this, he is creating some stories and it made him feel tired. Okay, fatigue means feeling extreme tiredness on Saturday because nowadays Joe never sleeps, okay. In naps, nap means daytime sleep, a short sleep during the day. And knowing this made the ride means custom of telling stories, seem futile. Futile means useless. Okay, now we could understand. So what he tells the story is not effective. Okay, the child is not accepting, it doesn't listen to. So it's waste of time. Likewise, he could come to understand and he feels so much tired because every day he has to think of some stories as he has created for a long time. Now he has no idea about what he has to create the story. So almost he feels empty. Okay. So listen here. The little girl, not so little anymore. The bumps her feet made under the covers weighed half a day down the bed. Their big double bed that they let her be in for naps and when she was sick had at last arranged herself, and from the way her fat face deep in the pillow shone in the sunlight, shifting through the drawn shades, it did not seem fantastic that some magic would occur and she would take her nap like an infant of 2. Her brother Bobby was 2 and already asleep with his bottle. Jack asked, "What shall the story be about today?" Listen here. So now the little girl, now she is not little, okay, she is 4 years old. So while she was 2 years old, she was very short, and while she was made sleep on the bed was appearing so big and the girl was very small. But now if you see, her bed sheet has gone shrunken and the bed is looking somewhat shorter because the girl has grown. Now she herself arranges her bed. Okay, how many of you will do your arrangement of your bed on your own? Definitely you will never do. Okay, your parents will do or some supporters will do. But here, the 4-year-old girl, she has arranged her bed on her own. That means she has grown. Her growth has been mentioned here. While she was 2 years old, by hearing the story itself, she could sleep. But now, she is 4 years old. She gets a lot of questions in her mind, so she doesn't sleep now. But you see her brother Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, Bobby, okay. Bobby is the brother. He is 2 years old. That means he is 2 years younger to Joan, okay. So he is 2 years old now. With this bottle, feeding bottle, he has slept, okay. So this is the difference between the girl and the boy. The 4 years and the second years, okay. So while she was 2 years, the same as Bobby did, she also did. But now what happens? Okay, she doesn't sleep. She raises a lot of questions. So now father himself asks, because he doesn't know about what he has to tell the story today. So he asked Joan herself about what she needs the story today. Now, it's a turn to Jo to think of, okay, about what she wants to know. So now she is thinking of squeezing her eyes. She is telling Roger, because father will say everything along with Roger only. All the animals' name he will mention with Roger only. So that she, by squeezing her eye, she is telling Roger. Then immediately she could get a name in her mind. So she said skunk. Okay, very steadily she said skunk. Here her eyes are blue, it's given. Normally Irish girls' eyes will be blue in color. Understand? Okay, here it has been said mother's blue. Her mother's eyes are blue. The same by inheritance it has come to the girl also. So sometimes her mother may be an Irish girl. Okay. A new animal. So now skunk is a new animal. She hasn't heard any story about skunk. Yeah, so she is telling, okay, a new animal. Sometimes she would have heard about the animal in her nursery school. Okay, that's why she is bravely saying, okay, I want the story about skunk. Having a fresh hero momentarily stirred Jack to create enthusiasm. Okay, now Jack is somewhat bright, okay, because he couldn't know about what she has to create the story. But now he could understand about what he has to create, because his daughter has given the suggestion about what she wanted the story. Okay, listen here. So, alright, said, once upon a time. If you had the stories at the childhood, all stories will start with once upon a time. Once upon a time there was a lion. Once upon a time there was a tortoise. Once upon a time there was a grandma who was preparing paradise. So likewise you would have heard stories, right? Okay, now also the father tells the same. Once upon a time in the deep dark woods. Woods means forest, okay. So the forest is deep and dark. So inner part of a forest. There was a tiny little creature by the name of Roger Skunk. Okay, so a name by the name of Roger Skunk, an animal was living in the deep forest. Her father has said. And he smelled very bad. By birth itself it has the nature of having bad smell. Okay. Yes, Joe said, because Joe could hear something about skunk animal at her nursery school. So now she is telling, yes, she could accept it. He smelled so bad that none of the other little woodland creatures would play with him. Okay, as he was smelling very bad, no other animal in the forest could play with Roger Skunk. Joe looked at him solemnly. Solemnly means seriously. She hadn't foreseen this. Okay, so now Joe is so curious to hear what father says. Okay, so she is seriously watching her father. Now she didn't predict this. Foresee means predict. Okay, predict this. Whenever he would go out to play, Jack continued with zest. Zest means the enthusiasm. Okay. Remembering certain humiliations of his own childhood, all of the other tiny animals would cry, "Oh, here comes Roger's stinking skunk." And they would run away, and Roger's skunk would stand there all alone. Okay, listen here. Now Jack is so interesting to tell the story. He says, okay, as he smelled very bad, all the other animals will run off whilst they see him. Okay, at seeing him, they will all run off from the places, and at last the baby Roger skunk only will stand here and it will cry also. And two little round tears will fall from his eyes. Okay, that's why it will cry. The corners of Joe's mouth drooped down and her lower lip bent forward as he traced with the forefinger along the side of her nose the course of one of Roger Skunk's tears. Won't he see the owl? She asked in a high and faintly roughened voice. Now she is so eager, so her lips are bending down. Okay, drooping means bending. Bending down, and her lower lip. So in the seriousness, there is a change in her lips. Okay, lips coming forward, and somehow she is asking whether the animal will not meet the owl or not. Because in all the stories, the small creature will go to the owl. In all the stories, the owl is considered the intelligent one. So she is asking whether it won't meet the owl. Now he says, okay, sitting on the bed beside her, Jack felt the covers tug on as the legs switched tensely. He was pleased with this. Okay, now her legs were also very much tensed. So somewhat the movement is there in her legs. Somewhat some movements is there in the lips. So now he is so much happy with this change in his daughter. Okay, listen here students. By this we have completed page number 49. These are the meanings of page number 49. You can note down later. This is page number 50. Okay, so at that moment he was telling her something too, something she must know and had no wish to hurry on. Okay, so now he is so eager to imbibe some good moral characters in the child. So as he was smelling bad, all the animals went. So something true he has to tell his daughter. So he was going very slow, not in a hurried manner. But downstairs a chair scraped means dragged, and he realized he must get down to help Claire paint the living room woodwork. Okay, now she is painting. Claire is the wife of Jack, while Claire is carrying the third baby. Okay, first baby is Joan, second baby is Bobby, and third one is carried by Claire. Okay, it's in the womb of Claire, pregnant. So with this pregnancy, she is doing some artwork in the wood at the hall, okay, living room. So she herself drags the chair and does everything. So at the time, you could understand that she is in need of Jack, okay, for helping her. But even then, see here whether he goes or not, he never goes. See that male domination here? Well, he walked along very sadly and came to a very big tree, and in the tip top of the tree was an enormous wild old owl. Okay, listen here. So now he could understand very well that Claire is in need of his help, but even then he doesn't go there. He continues telling the story. What is that? The baby Roger skunk has started going very sadly, and it came to a very big tree, an enormous tree. There was a very big owl. Okay, why is old owl? The owl is very old, at the same time very wise also. Okay, the girl says, good. Mr. Owl, Roger Skunk said, all the other little animals run away from me because I smell so bad. So you do, the owl said, very, very bad. What can I do? Roger Skunk said, and he cried very hard. Okay, listen here. Now Roger Skunk calls Mr. Owl and it narrates his problem. Okay, what he had. So as I am smelling very bad, no other animal can join me in the play. All the other animals, they are running off while they see me. Okay, likewise it has said. So now the owl says, okay, very, very bad. So what do you think I can do for you? Now it says, okay, so the wizard just shouted and sat right up, and a little golden book spilled from the bed. Okay, listen here. So now the girl could understand next what the owl will direct the animal to. Okay, so now could understand. So at the time she was jumping up and down. At the time in her bed there was a book of stories also. Now Joe, dad is telling the story. Do you want to tell daddy the story? Now father is getting irritated. So he is telling Joe, daddy is telling the story. Okay, I am telling you the story. Do you want to tell me story? Like, no, me. Okay, you can carry on. Then lie down and be sleepy. Okay, then you can lie down and get to sleep. Then only I will give you the story. The father threatens the girl. Her head relaxed on the pillow and she said, out of your head. Okay, relax means going back to the back position. So, okay, somehow she has kept her head on the pillow and she has started listening to a story. Well, the owl thought and thought. At last he said, why don't you go see the wizard? Okay, so now owl is the wisest one according to the story. So he thinks of a lot of time. And at last it says, okay, why can't you go to the wizard to solve your problem? Okay, now Joy is telling daddy. Then father is asking, what? Are magic spells real? The girl gets a lot of queries in her mind. She wanted to know whether the magic spells are real or not. This was a new phase just this last month, a reality phase. When he told her spiders eat bugs, he turned to her mother and asked, do they really? And when Claire told her God was in the sky and all around them, she turned to her father and insisted with a sly and eager smile, is he really? Okay, whenever they are telling something, okay, whenever they say the spiders are eating the bugs, so immediately if mother is saying that, she'll turn towards father and ask, is it real? Okay, then if the father says, okay, there is God, God will watch us, then immediately she'll turn to mother and ask, is it real? Okay, so she has a lot of curiosity in her mind to know the fact behind everything. Okay, listen here. So, here, they are real and stories, Jack answered coldly. She had made a miss a beat in the narrative. Okay, listen here. So, he is telling us everything in the whatever I narrate in the stories, everything is real. Likewise, Jack has answered his daughter. So, in a curtly means rudely as said, roughly as said. The owl said, go through the dark woods under the apple trees into the swamp over the creek. What's a creek? Okay, listen here. So, the owl has said, okay, you go to the dark woods, okay, thicker part of the forest. Then go under the apple trees and into the swamp over the creek. And what is the creek? It itself asks the question. Okay, the Rogers come ask what is creek to the owl. So after this we can see. Dear students, we have completed page number 50 by this. Okay, so next the remaining thing we can see the next video. Now it's page number 50. Thank you, students.